G'day, it's fugitive Australian journalist Shane Delling from the website kangaroocourtofaustralia.com. Now, independent MP Zali Steggall has called for random drug testing and random alcohol testing in Parliament House for the MPs, senators and their staffers. And that's because Barnaby Joyce, who's Canberra's best-known alcoholic, has been busted again being drunk. But it's not just him. Senator Barnaby, who's the Nationals deputy leader for Canberra, has also been caught out being drunk on the job. I'm going to show you some videos in a second because there's a long history with Barnaby Joyce being drunk on the job. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows he's Canberra's best-known alcoholic. His most recent escapade, where he got caught being drunk on the ground, he had Samantha Maiden, who's Canberra's second best-known alcoholic, run a story blaming the person who videoed him, saying that person should have helped Barnaby up, making out Barnaby's a victim. And Samantha Maiden interviewed Barnaby's wife. She said, "Oh, that person who didn't help him up, what a nasty person." I'll show you 3 videos of Barnaby Joyce because he has a long history of being drunk on the job. First one is from March 2022, where he seemed to be drunk in Parliament again. The second one from June 2023, where he looked like he was carrying a couple glasses of bourbon back to his seat in Parliament. It seemed very strange, and he was certainly stumbling while he was walking with those 2 glasses of bourbon. They were certainly alcohol of some sort. And then the latest video of Barnaby Joyce lying on the ground from February 2024. Then we'll watch a short video of Barnaby, clearly drunk in Parliament, stumbling over a speech. She claims she only had 2 glasses of wine. Well, that's total garbage. She's obviously had 4 or 5 at least. 2 glasses of wine don't make you act like that. And then we'll watch Zali Steggall, the independent MP, put the question to Prime Minister Anthony Albanese in Parliament on the 15th of February 2023. So let's watch the 3 videos of Barnaby Joyce first, and then the one of Barnaby.
We'll find out tonight. They haven't said yes. They don't. The objection was we said that they didn't agree with them. Well, at this point, I tell the honourable member they haven't. They haven't agreed to it. We'll see tonight whether their blood runs red or green. It'll be evident tonight. It said it runs red and green. He said it runs red and green as a Prime Minister because they're a Labor Green coalition. Said so by the member for Greenway.
The Deputy Prime Minister will resume his seat, the Leader of the Opposition on point of order.
Yes, Mr Speaker. This is a question, a serious question from a crossbench member of this Parliament.
The Leader of the Opposition will resume his seat. The Leader of the Opposition will resume his seat. The gentleman, colleague, members, enough. Enough. Deputy Prime Minister. The Deputy Prime Minister.
Thank you. And now we are making massive investments in health. We are putting $66 million into MRIs. And I note that there is a massive program that has been put forward in our health section. And I note that the member for Lyne has been absolutely instrumental. And I know you're interested in regional health. So I think it's very important in respect to your question that I let the member for Lyne, the Minister for Regional Health, Assistant Health Minister, answer further to your question.
Give the call to the member for Fowler.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Treasurer. I understand the government is optimistic.
PAs are still getting their funding, which is good, because they deserve it. Let me take nothing away. They absolutely, this is Australians' culture. Then we've got the 4-year funding has expanded. We're seeing more success in regional areas in the 4-year funding model, which I'm very pleased to hear. But then when it comes to the program funding, are we still having program funding, so outside the 4-year model and outside the MPA model, are we still seeing program funding where we've got small to mediums competing against what I call professional arts organisations? Or have we segregated it out? So the MPAs, you've got your funding, go and do your arts, we love you. And then small to mediums and others and accepting others might have 4-year funding, and that helps with their core business model, but not so. All of the rest of you fight against each other, but they're no longer fighting against the MPAs.
Now, the next video is Ali Stegel, the independent MP, putting the question to Prime Minister Anthony Albanese last week, Thursday, the 15th of February, 2024. And the key thing to look out for is Anthony Albanese's response, where he says, one thing about our jobs is we're accountable every 3 years at least for what we say, what we do and how we act. Well, that's not good enough. Other workplaces have random drug testing and random breath testing for alcohol. So there's no reason why Parliament House can't, especially when they've had an alleged rape there recently. And there's been numerous other complaints of sexual assaults there. So let's watch Ali Stegel and Albo's response.
Numerous workplaces in Australia have random alcohol and drug testing to help ensure a safe and respectful working environment. Will you commit to legislating for random alcohol and drug testing of MPs, senators and staff in the federal parliament due to the apparent ongoing issues with too much alcohol consumption?
Prime Minister.
I thank the member for Warringah for her question, and I recognise that it comes from a place of genuine concern. And there have been, of course, issues from time to time in the parliament. But one of the things about our jobs is we're accountable. Every 3 years, at least, we go to the Australian people and we're accountable for what we say and what we do and how we act. And that is a democratic process that is appropriate. I would have thought that we are all responsible adults and we should act appropriately out of respect for the people who vote to put us here. It is a great privilege to be a Member of Parliament, and many people try, not as many succeed. I've had the privilege of being elected to this Parliament 10 times, and every day, I feel grateful and humbled by representing the community where I've lived my whole life in the inner west of Sydney, and being able to occupy the extraordinary position of being Australia's 31st Prime Minister. I don't want to see us be in a position where we say that we are unable to act like adults and to have the suggestion which is made. So I understand why she makes it, the member for Warringah, but it's not something that I have supported. I think that people need to act responsibly at all times, to bear in mind the great privilege and honour that we have of being in this chamber in the various positions that occur, whether they be on the front bench of either side, whether they be backbench members or whether they be crossbench members as well. So I thank the member for...
Yeah, I think Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's response there is very weak. Like I said, there's plenty of other workforces out there that have random alcohol testing, random drug testing. So there's no reason why Parliament House can't, especially when they clearly have a problem, have an issue. And those videos I put together of Barnaby Joyce, well, there's just a few of them. He's long had a problem with alcohol. He's long had an issue of being drunk in Parliament. I think moving forward with Ali Stegel's call for a random drug testing and alcohol testing, I think those calls are just going to get louder and louder every time a federal politician is seen to be drunk in Parliament or drunk in the public while they're on duty. So we'll hear more about this in the future without a doubt. In Kangaroo Court of Australia's independent media, I publish a website and a YouTube channel, and I'm 100% crowdfunded from viewers like yourself, so please support my Patreon account. I currently have 403 patrons donating $2,387 a month, and I need to almost double it to become financially viable. And you can donate any amount, $3, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30, $40, $50 a month, whatever suits your budget. And the link for the Patreon account will be below this video on YouTube and also on my website. And please share this video on social media. Other than that, thank you for your time and have a good day.